Welcome back to Winter Nights with Imagine This Stories. I'm so glad you're here. Today's story is about a runner, a fast runner, one of the fastest men in the world. But the most important thing he ever did was to stop running. This is the story of Eric Liddle, the Olympic athlete who refused to race on Sunday. Eric Liddle grew up in Scotland with rolling hills and fresh air. People described him as shy and quiet and gentle, not loud at all. But when his feet touched the ground, something incredible happened. He ran like the wind. Ready to hear more? Great. Get comfortable, grab a blanket, snuggle up, and for the next few minutes, imagine this. Like I said, Eric Liddle discovered something incredible. He loved to run, and he was really good at it. Eric ran like the wind itself. His arms flew out to his sides, his head tilted back, and his legs pumped with wild, joyful speed. People said he looked awkward when he ran, but they also said, "Wow, he's the fastest thing I've ever seen." Eric didn't care how he looked. He wasn't running to show off. He ran because he felt God's pleasure when he did. By the time he was a young man, he qualified for the 1924 Olympics in Paris. The whole world was excited to watch him. He was expected to win the 100-meter race, his very best event. Eric trained hard. The people of Scotland were so excited to have him represent them. His name filled the newspapers. But then, something happened. A quiet shock rippled across the team. The 100-meter race, the one Eric had trained for, was scheduled to happen on a Sunday. Sunday was a day that Eric set apart for God. A day he believed should be for rest and worship and honoring the Lord. Running wasn't the problem. He loved running. But running a race for medals and crowds on a Sunday didn't feel right in his heart. His teammates begged him. Leaders pressured him. Newspapers criticized him. "You can't give up the race. You'll disappoint your whole country. You'll never have another chance to win an Olympic gold medal." Eric listened quietly, and then in a calm voice said, "I will not race on Sunday." It was like the whole world held its breath. People were confused. Some of them were angry. But Eric wasn't trying to make a scene. He wasn't being stubborn. He simply wanted to honor God with his choices, no matter how big or small. Meanwhile, another race, the 400-meter race, did not fall on a Sunday. But that wasn't his race. The 400 was much longer than he was used to running, and most people thought, he can run it, but he'll lose. Still, Eric decided to try. He trained again. He prayed. He trusted God. Finally, race day arrived. The stadium buzzed with noise. The sun shimmered on the track, and Eric Liddle stepped into lane number 6. Right before the race began, a man handed Eric a small folded-up piece of paper. He opened it. Inside, he found a Bible verse. "Those who honor me, I will honor." It was from 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 30. Eric closed the note and tucked it in his pocket and smiled. He got set. The starting gun fired. Eric took off. Not awkward, not wild, but steady, powerful, determined. He sprinted the first 200 meters so fast that the crowd was like, "No, he's going too fast. He'll get tired. He'll burn out." But he didn't slow down. He tilted his head back. He lifted his eyes, running with the same joyful abandon he had since he was a boy. And with every step he ran, he felt God's pleasure. He surged forward. He crossed the finish line in first place. Eric Liddle won the Olympic gold for a race he wasn't supposed to win, and he set a world record that would stand for years. You might think that after winning the gold medal at the Olympics, Eric would continue to train and race. But instead, a year later, when the cheering crowds had faded and the medals were tucked away, Eric Liddle made another surprising choice. Instead of staying famous and giving speeches or racing in big stadiums, he packed his bags and traveled far from home to China, where he had been born to missionary parents. He believed that God was calling him not just to run races, but to serve people and tell them about God and his love. In China, Eric became a teacher and a coach. He ran with children, played games with them, and taught them lessons. He cared for families who were struggling. There were no medals there, no crowds cheering his name, but Eric was doing exactly what God asked him to do. He once said that running was something he loved, but following Jesus was what mattered most. For Eric, the greatest victory wasn't winning a race. It was living a life that honored God wherever he was. Such an amazing, true story. Listen to this. Eric Liddle was known as the Flying Scotsman because he was so fast, people said it looked like he was flying across the track. Eric believed that life was a race for God. He believed the most important race wasn't on a track, it was choosing to follow Jesus. And if you liked his story, they actually made it into a movie called The Chariots of Fire. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you're having a wonderful morning, day, evening, all of the above. Please share this podcast with other people, and I look forward to talking to you again soon as we imagine this. Bye.